Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. For those of you that follow my gaming videos as well as my cooking videos, you probably know that I recently started the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order game. And to go along with that, we have a new cookbook series here on the channel for the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge cookbook. I'm very excited to get in here and start cooking from this one. There are a lot of really good recipes that I cannot wait to share with all of you. And to start off, we are going to actually start in the appetizer section with the rings of Hudalla. And let me see if I can find that for you. As you can see, the pictures are absolutely beautiful in this. Whoop, if I can get it without the glare. The pictures are gorgeous in here, and I'm very excited to get in here and give this one a try. The ingredients we are going to need are 2 large yellow onions that have been sliced into 1/2-inch rings, 1 pound of bacon, 1 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of Garam Masala, and 2 tablespoons of hot sauce, and that is going to be it. Now for our rings, after you've sliced them into a 1/2-inch disc, what you want to do is separate them out so that you have 2 rings together. So that you can see there's a pretty good thickness with that now. And you only want the largest ones. The smaller ones I will save for another dish. So I'm only interested in the larger outer rings, and the smaller inner ones I'm going to use for something else. So I will probably take these. And there are about 13 slices in my pound of bacon. So that's all I'm probably going to end up working with is the 13 onion ringlets here. So let me get rid of these. I'm going to just put those in a bag off to the side until I can cook dinner later. And what we're going to do to start is move some of these out of our way. And I want to start with the biggest ones first, I think. And I'm going to also bring in a small bowl that I'm going to add my brown sugar into, as well as my spices. And we're going to mix those up until they are completely combined. And you want to be sure to really get in here and mix this well, because that's a small amount of spice for such a large amount of brown sugar. Alright, there we go, and that smells amazing already. So I'm going to set that off to the side for a second. And I'm going to bring in like my 2 largest rings here. And with a pastry brush, all I'm going to do is brush the outside of my onions. Well, the whole onion actually. I'm going to brush the inside as well. I'm going to start with the outside with our hot sauce, and then come back in and hit that inside up as well. You can use your favorite hot sauce, whether it's Frank's or the Louisiana Crystal, which is actually what I'm using today. I just kind of prefer the taste of it a little bit better than I do Frank's. And I'm going to give that a little flip just to make sure I get that bottom edge coated in our hot sauce. And that looks pretty good to me. Set that there. And then what we're going to do is take 1 piece of our bacon, and I'm going to completely coat it in our brown sugar mixture here. You want to be sure to do both sides and get it well coated. And I'm going to shake off a little bit of that excess. Let me move that one out of the way. And now all I'm going to do is start wrapping our bacon around our onion ring. And you do want to be sure not to overlap the bacon too much. But this first piece, I do want to make sure that it kind of overlaps that end a little bit, to kind of help secure it down. And then all I'm going to do is continue wrapping it until I get all the way around. So I think because this is one of the larger ones, I think what I'm going to do is take a second strip of bacon here And I'm probably going to end up cutting it in half. Alright guys, so because this ring is just a little bit bigger than some of the other ones, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping about a half of a second piece of bacon around this one. You just want to keep it going all the way around until you reach the other end, just like that. So it should look something like that. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. So what I'm putting it on top of is one of my cooling racks on top of a piece of aluminum foil lined cookie sheet. And that's going to allow all the grease to drip down and collect on the bottom, but not saturate the bottom. And it's also going to help allow the bacon to crisp up on the bottom as well. It's going to allow some really good airflow in there. Alright guys, so I'm going to start working on the rest of these, and while I do, I would like to remind y'all of the Gamers and Geeks playlist that JPickADeath and I have going on our channels. If you would like to be a part of it, it's really easy. All you have to do is go out, make a cooking video, and then once you've done that, post it to your channel, and then let either JPick or I know in the comment section of our latest cooking videos, or if you're a part of our Discord servers, you can let us know over there as well. We've got, a good 215, I think, close to 215 recipes on the playlist so far. The only thing that we do ask, guys, is that you do mention the Gamers and Geeks playlist somewhere in your video, as well as leaving a link down in your description to it. And that way we can just continue to support all the fine people that have already contributed to the list. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these wrapped up, and I will see you when I'm done. Alright guys, I've got our onion rings all wrapped up with the bacon, and now I'm simply going to slide it into a 400-degree preheated oven and let them bake for approximately 30 minutes. You're going to want to check them frequently to make sure that they're not burning. You want the bacon to brown and crisp up a little bit, but you also want your onions to cook and maintain their shape. So I will see you when the 30 minutes is done. Alright guys, our rings of Hudalla are out of the oven, and I will say about halfway through I had to remove the pan from the oven because the sugar was starting to burn on the bottom of my pan. Luckily I had the aluminum foil there to kind of help prevent it from ruining my pan, but I did get a clean cookie sheet with a clean piece of aluminum foil and transferred it to that new cookie sheet and put it back in the oven for the additional 15 minutes. Just by appearance alone, I will say that I probably, instead of cutting the bacon strips in half, I should have gone ahead and used 2 full strips on each onion ring. Most of the onion started to shrink, or most of the bacon, I'm sorry, started to shrink, and so it left a lot of the onion exposed on some of the larger ones. But, you know, this is a new cookbook and new learning experiences, and this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. I will say it does smell absolutely delicious, and I cannot wait to get in here and give it a taste, see what we think about it. So I think actually I'm going to go for this little piece right here. Now the bacon did not get quite as crispy as I was kind of hoping it would be. And the cookbook does say that if you want a crispier bacon, to put it into the broiler and let it keep a really close eye on it and allow it to broil for a little bit just to get a little bit of a crispier bacon. But I think I'm a little bit fine with the way this turned out. So let's get in here and see what we think. Oh, holy bobs, guys. These are so good. I will definitely be making this recipe again. I really like the flavor of the Garam Masala mixed with the brown sugar and the bacon. Gives this a very unusual taste. Really, really good. I gotta go in for another bite. The things I would do different with this, like I said, definitely wrap each one with 2 full pieces of bacon. The onion is perfectly cooked in it. The bacon, I would prefer it to be a little bit crispier, but I was afraid if I let it go for too much longer, it would start to burn, which you can see some of the end pieces did get a little browner than I like. But overall, I am very impressed with this dish. And that really gives me good feelings for the rest of the recipes in this book. Alright guys, well that is going to be it for me for today. If you guys like this video, leave me a comment down below. If you guys try this recipe out, let me know how it turns out for you. Remember to check out the Gamers and Geeks playlist. I will leave a link down in the description to it. And as always, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I've been Vault Girl. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.